Hello. Light follows laws. It isn't diffuse. I mean, light elementals have a very strict direction. I think there's something that shows it. When light goes into a very small split, and then on the other hand, there's some pattern emerges. So we know at least one thing: light, before it spread out, it follows a special law. I think the most from you understand what I mean. Now, everybody of us have vibes, vibrations. Here is just the same. It follows laws. And this law, a very, very simple meaning, means actually what you spread out, that comes in. That's it. So we have to understand what we are, what we would like to spread out. We have to understand another thing. It is like waves, lines. A wave on the highest point meet a wave also on a high point, and both collapse and go and spread higher. When a wave, highest point, meets the wave's lowest point, then we have a middle thing. And wave lowest point, another wave line, lowest point meet, and it's very, very flat. We can also say that it's the same with our community. When people, when a high spirit meet, something beautiful arises. Beautiful comes up. Two very brilliant signs meet, something brilliant happens. They find out something very, very special. When two artists meet, like Gauguin, Van Gogh, beautiful paintings, they emerge because they in community it works better. When now some high spirits meet some dual spirits, the result is rather low. Yeah, not so very special. But you can believe me one thing, you have a very high spirit. And this high spirit is also always willingly, to work with you. You have a very own high spirit. The spirit is just for you, for nobody else. And when this spirit comes to you and increase your thoughts and increase your vibes and increase your emotions, then you become a higher swing person. You're in a much better circumstances. You live in a higher vibration, and so they can do much better things. And your high spirit knows quite well that for some of us, thoughts can't be very, very high and possible. Why? But he's very, very interested in that because he's actually yourself in a former state, that you increase yourself. And so he do everything what he can do to give you so much power that you increase your own self. You spread out a higher light. And that you set the very best in you, the very best of you, in motion. Have you ever thought about what emotion actually means? Okay, emotion is something what you feel, that's true enough, but emotion, energy, motion. They bring your energy, how you are like, in motion. And when something is set in motion, it's a question now. Is it blocked by somebody else, by everybody else? Or ignored? Something with me, what happened to me? So everything is very flat, what I say and what I can do, because nobody react really. What does for me is not so difficult, but it's embarrassing a bit, and it's always uncomfortable a bit. Anyway, but take care for what you say and sit in motion honestly. Ask yourself what kind of energies I possess. You see, some people here ask me or tell me, you never prove anything. That's the point. I have nothing to prove. You have to prove yourself. Nothing more, nothing less. And you can't prove the other one. What interests me, what kind of energy your favorite and you choose. It's yours, up to you. You see, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. And what is interesting for me? Not at all. I do the same as before. I ask for that what I like. I like to increase my vibrations. I like to have light in my life and everything like that. I do the same. If somebody tell me that's wrong or not, my God. Everything. You can prove everything. For every consciousness, there's a proof, honestly. But if I'm right, and we can stop our trend to fall down, and it's all what we have to do is just to increase our will and our thoughts, and just to set our thoughts in something to that what we like to have, and not to that what we don't like to have, and that will increase our whole community. That matters a great deal. And that doesn't matter only a great deal for everybody of us, it matters a great deal for you as well. Because it depends what your life looks like. I hope that you can understand that. I know that you always cry for proof. My dear ladies and gentlemen, you have to prove only one thing, yourself. And according to that, what you decide to do and what not to do and so on, you will find something. You find proofs for that and for that and for that. And both, by the way, proofs. Proofs are very interesting, are they not? I mean, for 600, 700 years, we saw it's proven that they prove something. And for any consciousness, there is a proof. Or it's something what set it in motion. You see, for 600 years, we saw it's proven that women are in general bad, and in general the instruments of the devil, and have to be burned. That was proven. Honestly, it was proven. Look, this woman shot a glance to this boy, and what tell you? It starts to rain. What a proof. They thought like that. That was their consciousness. And for a lot of people here who listen to me, it is proven that women are not so good as men. That is for them proven. Allah said so. God says so. It's for them proven. What is for God to discuss that nonsense? For 200 years ago, it was proven that people with black skin are not so well as people with the white skin. It was proven. So they say. We overcome that. Nobody really takes that serious. Unless you have a consciousness of 200 years before. Drug, the same. The drug history, the drug launch in USA, and what happened next in Germany too. There's a lot of things to say with, but okay, I'll leave it here, leave it alone, another one. Sooner or later I will talk about that because it's really outrageous. Some people say the drug war in USA is a Holocaust in slow motion, and there's something in that. And it shows one thing. capitalism is colorblind. Earlier, it was most black people who were sitting in jail because of drugs. Now, more and more, the white people come to them, and they saw one thing: it's highly injustice what happened there, and no one interested in that. Is interested in that because we have an industry in USA who is quite comfortable and make fantastic profit with jails. Another thing now, as I tell you, everything it depends on our vibration. Increase with that, we increase that too. Everything. But nobody believed me that so far because I noticed that nobody asked me how that works. I'm willing to tell that, provided somebody asks me.